Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Rocket Lab, ticker symbol RKLB. And so I wanted to go over the stock today because yesterday on January 31st, Rocket Lab reported earnings, and the following day, today, February 1st, they went down more than 17% on the day, closing the day at a price of $4.02 after hitting a low on the day of $3.89, wicking below the key psychological level of $4, but then closing slightly above it. And so I just wanted to go over that, where I see the price going in the future, and I wanted to follow up on the last video that I put out on Rocket Lab, which came out on January 5th, which you can see here where the cursor is. And so in that video, I was actually pretty bearish on not only Rocket Lab, but also Virgin Galactic. And so you can see where the prices of those two tickers are now. Of course, here, Rocket Lab is about 25% lower than it was on that day. And yeah, so basically in that video, I went over all of these lines that are up on the chart. I'll review a couple of them. Really just here there being this gap that needed to be filled at $6.03. We did get a wick up on, let's see, December 28th to $6.14. So filling that gap, but being rejected by this white trend line, which I'll go over in 1 second. And then also we did have, just before that gap was filled, we had a gap to the downside at a price of $4.50, right around there. And we actually gapped through that between yesterday and today, closing below this white trend line here, which is actually parallel to the one at the top. So I will go over those. And also, yeah, I'm just going to take a step back so we can look at those and a couple retracements that I added to the chart. And so here, what you can see is these two white parallel lines. And you can see the touch points on there, the three blue circles, one being the low right around January 28th, 2022. And let's see, this other high pivot point, it was on the high of right around February 3rd, 2023. And then also one of these levels over here around the end of October 2023. And so from that, we can see that it got rejected beautifully from the top of that channel. And now we got rejected from the bottom of that parallel channel, hitting a high on the day of $4.29, but being rejected from that level. And we did end up at a pretty interesting price, just above $4. It does seem like, ooh, maybe $4 will hold, but I do think that the bearish moves will continue. And that's really based on a couple factors, really. Just like if you do any Fibonacci retracements, you don't really see any levels that might serve as support around where the price is other than previous lows. And so one of those lows was this one that was hit on October 23rd, hitting a low of $4 again, that just being a psychological level. And so I do have that marked by this red line here. And then also another retracement that I did a little bit further back in time was this one when there's a low of $3.48, so right around $3.50, kind of another psychological level, marked by this orange line. And also, coinciding with the red line at $4 is the 786 retracement at a price of right around $3.95. So I did find that to be pretty interesting. We also see a good amount of consolidation below that level. And so that could be acting as support just under $4. And we did see that bounce today. I didn't see any Fibonacci levels on this retracement that seemed significant as far as finding support. We're already lower than them, really just the 100% retracement. But if we do extend those retracements down to the 1618, there are levels. It's quite possible we do return to these levels. I hope not. But that would be going to a price of $2.68 based on this retracement here, and this retracement would suggest a price of $2.12. And like I said, I don't expect price to go that low. I do think that support will be found at either $3.50 or at current price at $4. But I do think that if you look at the bigger picture, this might be a stretch, but I could see this as being a left shoulder, this as being a head, and then a right shoulder over here. And if that's the case, and the neckline being this parallel line was just broken, I do think that if we do not reclaim above that line, which would be right around the high of the day, $4.29 or $4.30, $4.50, somewhere around there, if we can't reclaim that in the next few days, I do think that this could suggest a bearish head and shoulders pattern has been completed, which could suggest, if we take a measurement from the top here down to the neckline that was broken, that is a move of about $4. And so if we take that from the neckline where it was broken, you can get where that is going with the price at $4. It could go a lot lower. I don't think it's going to zero. I would be very surprised if it broke below 350, but I just wanted to throw that out there in case. Good to be prepared in case we cannot reclaim $4.30 above this trend line. And if price does continue down, $4 does not hold. $3.50 is the next one to look at. But again, if that doesn't hold, we're going into new territory, and $2.68 could be next on the list after $3.50. So, unfortunately, not such a great outlook, but that's what I see in the charts. And those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.